lifting me up, tearing me down. All you give me is indecision, the classic run around, bringing me higher, keeping me whole. Now I feel like I'm living in a dust bowl.
Hey everybody, it's your old buddy Hoss, and I'm here with my good friend Mr. Don Nance. We have a special guest today, Mr. Scott Bonner, and the reason why we have him here today is because he is one of our oldest friends, and he also knows a lot about the cigars we're talking about today. Hey Don, what are we talking about?
A.J. Fernandez. We also going to cover some Southern Draw, but it's a favorite of all three of us. We have been fans and talked about AJ and been to see AJ's factory, his fields. We love it. Great stuff.
We're very big fans of AJ, as you probably well aware. If you've been watching my videos, you've probably seen Scott before too. So what we're going to do is, this is also a preview for next week. We have a big event coming up here at the Cigar Experience, 1006 Cypress Street in West Monroe. Come by. What's going to be the event?
Next Friday night, there'll be all kind of special deals on everything AJ Fernandez, and that covers a lot of territory and also Southern Draw. We have about 5 different types of Southern Draw. We have about 10 different types of AJ, and if you make a purchase next Friday night, you are going to get some free cigars. We're going to have some live music from the Josh Love Band.
Yes,
and
good friend of mine.
We always have a good time when we get together. If you haven't been to one of our events, you should really come out and see what's going on. We have a good time.
So as we get started, we each picked something different. I picked the Bull by San Latano. What'd you get, Don?
I have a Southern Draw Jacob's Ladder. It's a Figurado.
What about you, Scott?
I went with the San Latano Requiem.
All right, well, let's get it cut and lit. And we have smoked many of these. We're not going to smoke the whole cigar, but we're going to talk about it because we have many hours of this, don't we, Scott?
A couple.
So, Scott, what got you into AJ Fernandez? Because you're probably the oldest follower, the longest follower, not oldest, but you're the longest follower of AJ that I know.
I was enjoying a particular Rocky Patel and started following the notes on it and found out that it was blended by master blender AJ Fernandez.
About what year do you think this was?
Probably 15 years ago, somewhere in there. And once I found out who AJ Fernandez was, I started scouring the internet, trying to find deals because I didn't know anything about him. Found out his father was into tobacco. He had learned from some great men. And everything that I had smoked from AJ, I feel like AJ gets me because it's like it's like everything I smoke from AJ is what it says it is. You're going to get every flavor and then some. That they're all well constructed.
And it's amazing his palate is so well that all of these cigars have a unique taste to it. You know, it's almost like they have the same DNA.
Right.
Right, same DNA, but they're all uniquely different.
Right. And you'll hear the three of us say that a cigar has a lot of barnyard, and that is, if you're from the South, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you walk into a barn in the middle of August, that's what we mean. That flavor, that smell. It's not a taste; it's a smell.
Hay and barnyard are two different things.
Hay and barnyard, yeah, it's two different things. So you get both of those together with AJ, really, and it's a really great combination. They're all. He does have some lighter cigars, a lot of medium to full cigars. AJ certainly can make a full strength cigar, but what I like about him is no matter what the blend is, whether it's a Connecticut, San Andreas, it doesn't matter. It's not a boring smoke. It's going to challenge you. You're going to have to think about it. You're going to have to contemplate, what am I getting out of this cigar? And so, you know, if you come by and see Don, he can match your palate, what strength you want. I highly recommend the New World Dollar for Dollar.
Probably our favorite.
It really is. I really had to make myself not grab a New World today. I wanted to go with something different. But yeah, Dollar for Dollar, it's hard to beat a New World. It just is.
And I love the wrapper on that. I think the New World really sold me on San Andreas.
Yes. Yes.
AJ does San Andreas perfectly.
Yep.
That is a killer cigar. I love that. The taste that comes off of that New World is incredible.
It's really good.
And I remember when we were down in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
We were kind of, I won't say we were the first people to have New World, but New World had just kind of hit at that point.
Right.
And I was just fell instantly in love.
Yeah, we couldn't believe, and even the New World Connecticut is
sure.
It's not it is a milder smoke, but it still has a little bit of oomph to it. So, you know, it's not boring, right?
Right. One thing that really stuck out to me was AJ's fields were so impressive.
Yeah.
The fields, huge fields, were covered with netting, rich black soil,
Yes.
and
Jet black.
some of the neatest farming that I've ever seen. It was clean. I mean, the size of the plants. AJ was able to work with some people, and he probably gets about 30% more out of his tobacco plants than anybody else.
And we won't say what field was across the street that you saw, and we're not going to name names, but
it's a big name.
But tell them the difference between the two fields.
Well, at the time we were there, AJ's plants were about 6 feet tall, in beautiful condition, under netting, and the big name next door was just cleaning rocks out of their field.
It's very, very shocking.
Yeah.
Especially for the price. And I know now why AJ did what he did. On the New World was kind of like a middle finger to the bigger name people say, I can make a better cigar than you at a less cost, and he's done it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my pairing for the day. They have a regular job, so they're not drinking. I own a winery, so I can drink. So today my pairing is gonna be Leon Jimenez 110 Anniversario. This is by our good friends over at PF Importers, who also distributes my mead. So self plug
Nice.
there. So here you go, PF Importers. Thank you very much for the rum, and we will continue with
Super great guys,
with
great
our program.
team,
Yes.
great people. They also distribute cigars besides
Yes.
the rum and the mead, and great guys to work with. We appreciate
This is
it.
one of the best rums I've ever had, by hands down. And the price is like under $100. You can't beat it. Okay, back to cigars. So, the factory also down there in Nicaragua kind of blew my mind. And we've been to several factories down there. I feel that AJ really got it right as far as how his layout is, how this man is in everything, okay? He's got his hands in almost every big name cigar company. Even, you may not know it, but I guarantee you, your favorite cigar probably has AJ's tobacco in it.
Right.
You know, last week we were smoking Crux. Crux had that one we were smoking, the
Epicure.
Epicure.
The best one of the line.
Yeah, the best one in the line. There are several like that uses AJ tobacco. Let's talk about Southern Draw too while we got him here, because I don't want to spend too much time on AJ.
Well, Southern Draw is made by AJ Fernandez.
Oh yeah, about that.
But my understanding, several guys in the military got together, created Southern Draw cigars, went to AJ Fernandez, and really have took off like a rocket ship. They have probably a couple more lines that I'm naming, but they have Jacob's Ladder, They have the Cedrus. They have the Rose of Sharon.
Last calls, baby.
They have the Firethorn and kudzu. A lot of guys come in here like the kudzu.
Yeah. Robert Holt, you're a genius, by the way, sir. You partnered with the right guy.
That's right.
So, Southern Draw is, and I love the name. You know, we're in Louisiana. So if you ever do come to Louisiana, man, stop through. We are right on I-20 in between Dallas and Jackson, Mississippi. You stop in and see us. I promise you, we're not even a mile from the interstate. So, tasting notes. I'm sorry. As far as tasting notes on this cigar, this is the Bull. This is one of his strongest he makes. That's why it's called the Bull. I get a lot of earth notes, a lot of power, a lot of nicotine hit. I get a big nicotine hit. Every time I smoke this, I get the nicotine hit from it. A lot of hay, a lot of barnyard, and a little bit of leather. You know, I get a little bit of leather, and as it gets towards the end, it's a powerhouse. You better have eaten before you smoke this cigar. Excuse me. So what about what you're smoking?
Well, the Requiem, a little more of the balanced end of the spectrum, but of course you can't. It goes without saying the barnyard, the hay, but I'm also getting some little bit of baking spice, as well as some. I'm not sure if it's toasted almonds or toasted hazelnuts or something, but I'm getting something in that vein, as well as some woody notes. So there you go.
His palate is way more intense than ours. He tastes a lot of good stuff. What about you, Don?
Yeah, these guys can tell you a lot more detail than I can, but I'm having the Southern Draw Jacob's Ladder, and my description of this would be thick, rich. It has some leather notes to it, but this is a man's cigar. It's not for the lighthearted, but what I really like about it is the fact that it's strong, but there's no harshness to it. It's a smooth strong, and that's what I like about this cigar.
And I also want to highlight AJ's Connecticut, San Latano. If you are kind of a newer cigar smoker and you want to delve off, I'm sure you may have started smoking flavored cigars or something. You want to dive off into real cigars. That's what I call them, real cigars.
Yeah.
San Latano, Connecticut is a great jumping off point because that has the perfect balance. Creamy. It's very creamy. Hey, it's not too peppery. It doesn't have a lot of the white pepper notes that some of this does, but that is a great jumping off point. Great price.
Also, the New World Connecticut is very similar. They're very good also.
Sure. And we've been, I think, to both of those barns too. The one, which was the one that burned down? Was it San Latano?
San Latano.
San Latano. Man, wow, we got a picture in front of us.
We got a picture.
Well, anyway, anything else y'all want to know? Talk about, because we got this event next Friday, April 5th.
April the 2nd, Friday
April
night.
2nd, Friday night, 5 p.m. it starts. Come by.
We're going to give you some free cigars with your purchases. It's nothing like free cigars.
Nothing like free cigars. That's right. So keep watching out. He's going to have a lot of events. We're going to have a lot of events. And stay tuned, because we're going to have more cigar. Oh, and I'm so sorry. The last thing over here, the packets. Talk about the packets real quick.
The thing I like about these packets is they're humidified already. Like Haas was mentioning, if you don't know what you like, one of these sampler packs, get you one of those. They're cheaper than if you bought them individually. It's a good deal, and so you can go through there and see what sticks out to you, what you like, and maybe what you don't like, and you know from then on what to. It's a good way to learn cigars as a sampler pack.
And you don't need a humidor. You can keep them in that bag. They're resealable. 100% get you one of those if you want to start with some New World or with some AJ Fernandez. And look, we thank Don for letting us come and have free cigars. Thank you, buddy.
And look, if y'all get this packet and you don't like any of them, Don has our phone number.
We'll be happy to get them from you.
And
it may not make it to them. I may plug it myself. But.
Well, thank you, Scott, for coming by and being our special guest today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Don.
Yes, sir. Thank both of y'all. I appreciate y'all.
And we will see y'all soon. Come by 1006 Cypress Street, West Monroe, Louisiana, and come burn one with us.